My innovation project is called the Compact Backstroke Start Pad. Now, for those of you who haven't swam competitively and are currently confused, I'll explain. This is a picture of a normal start or touch pad. One of the functions of these electronic pads is to record the exact time a swimmer touches the wall, finishing their race. The pad then sends the time to the officials, getting the most accurate time possible. The second functions of these pads is to provide a grip for your feet when doing a backstroke start. The backstroke start is the only start in the water. To start off, the swimmer faces the wall and grabs part of the start block or wall with their hands. The legs are placed shoulder-width apart on the wall with both heels slightly off the wall. Just before the start, the swimmer will pull their head closer to the start block while keeping their knees bent at a 90-degree angle, as shown in the picture. For takeoff, the swimmer pushes his or her hands away from the block and swings their arms around sideways to the front, while at the same time throwing his or her head back. The swimmer then pushes away from the wall with his feet. Ideally, the swimmer's back is arched during this airborne phase. All of this requires a lot of strength and power. These start pads are great, but there's one problem. They're extremely expensive and fragile, and because of that, they're mainly used during meets and time trials, which means that during practice when we do starts, backstrokers like myself are unable to use the pads. This is a problem because most pools' walls are either made of tile or concrete, both of which become very slippery underwater when you're trying to hold yourself up and push yourself backwards on the tips of your toes. This means that my back is constantly red from slipping and flopping onto my back during practice. Not being able to practice with that grip makes it harder to focus on the technique of my starts rather than a painful flop, and makes me less comfortable and accustomed to the pads during important meets. This problem is how I came up with my innovation project. The main body of the pad is made of a 12.5 by 24 inch piece of plexiglass, which is sturdy but flexible, making it the ideal material. Next, a piece of a non-slip grip pad covers the plexiglass, and finally everything is secured with the two L-shaped hanging brackets, which will attach the pad to any pool wall.